Hi!
Chopping broccoli.
So, this is a different video. It's not about orchids. It's about cacti. Here I have this little guy. He's a star cactus. Native to Mexico. And he's been doing alright. He actually grew a new spike on the top. So, I'm gonna take him out of his pot. Don't want to hurt the spines too much, and then I'm going to be putting him into this. Oh, the lighting is not good here. It's really bad. Well, we're going to be putting him into LECA beads in a clay pot. So, it'll be good for drainage. So I gotta get most of the soil off of the roots and then put them in there. So I'm going to use a hose and hose it off. Hosing them down. I feel like that's just gonna be the best way to get all this off. Got a new nozzle thingy. And just kind of power wash as much of the dirt as possible. So that's what I got. I'm going to try to hose off a little bit more and then just plop it in the pot with the LECA beads and ta-da, done. Alright, so with these, I put some of the beads in there. And just gonna do that. Set this little guy right in there. So so this part is under, or in the LECA beads from here. And that's about right there. So, just put them around. Try to add it so it's in the middle, of course. Especially with star cactus. And there. Done. Yeah. I think that'll work. I hope it works. He's not like totally, so you can see at the base there's a little bit of like white or yellow, so it's not totally deep in there. In fact, maybe I should try it again. And this is the beauty of it, you can just take it out, dump out a little bit, sweeten it out, put it right there, and then fill. I had been putting off doing this because I actually used up all of my original hydroton. These things. I actually used a whole 50-liter bag on orchids and houseplants. Alright. I think it'll be fine. Now, there. Yeah. There you go. Alright, so there it is. Set it aside. I think it'll be happy there. I'll put it in somewhat of like a little reservoir thing, and it'll be great. Now on to what I like to call broccoli cactus. Curiosity plant? Yeah. This guy is a knobby green shape with tufty brown spines, but you don't see any spines on it because at the store or at the nursery they cut all the spines off. So it's not so wild, but you can see there are a few spines on here somewhere, but the spines were taken off at the nursery. Kind of sad, really. Alright, let's pop this bad boy out, rinse him out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take him out, pinch the pods. Oh, mosquito. There we go. Take him out of there. Ta-da! That's why I call it the broccoli cactus. See? Totally looks like broccoli. It's so funky and weird, right? So, I'm gonna hose off all this crap and probably put him in that pot. What a good pot for him. Alright, here we go. You guys don't have to watch me hose it this time. Alright, so, we're back. And let's take a look at the root situation here. So, hold it upside down. See? That's what we're dealing with here. Pretty good. You know, I just got these plants. This one especially, I just got this guy. And it's been a hit in the family. Everybody thinks it's pretty funny. But it's totally, this one totally looks like broccoli. And they come in different kind of forms, different blobs. Some don't have quite as tiny lobes. Some are like bigger ones. So, but I love this one. So, we're gonna be putting that guy in one of these. But here's the deal with these. Oh, good, I didn't lose it. I just got over here. You can see that's where my orchids are living for the summer in that little thing there. And I had to get some shade cover for it because it was getting a little too hot. At 12 o'clock noon, they were getting sun, and I had this little one on it, but I really wasn't cutting it. So I got this. This is also perfect for that. Covering that hole so that tiny beads can't fall out the bottom. Kind of important. So, gonna fill that up. Yep, that's good. That's pretty good. Try to always keep your cactus as centered as possible. Yes, perfect. It's in there. Look at my little broccoli plant. Let me show you how well my other ones have been doing. Just planted these guys for the summer. Gotta love marigolds. Okay, here we have my little tiny succulent garden, as I like to call it. I have new growth on this guy. Definitely these right here, new growth on this guy. He's been growing really fast, actually. Those little guys, the hops, they're doing okay. Let's see if they've rooted. You know what? They're not as wiggly as they were when I first put them in. So maybe they're doing better than I thought. Here, see how those spines are like white? That's because it's new growth. And this cacti has started growing new growth this beginning of summer, and growing in the LECA beads in a clay pot where it sits with a little bit of water at the bottom. Also, just from time to time, whenever I think about it, I just kind of drizzle water on here just to get like the surface wet, and that's about it. So, little thumb cacti growing and liking it. These guys growing and liking it. This guy is the one that started it all. My mom gave me this plant. She mailed it to me. Good job, Mom. And I put it in the setup that I have these guys in, the clay beads in a clay pot, sitting with a little bit of water at the bottom. So if I go on vacation, I make sure I have a lot more water at the bottom. I do let it dry out from time to time, but for the most part, I just let a little bit of water sit in the bottom. Just a little bit, not too much. And then sometimes I just kind of give it a little shower, and that's about it. That's all I do. Sometimes I throw some fertilizer on it, like when I'm doing the orchids. But check it out. Got a new little baby growth growing. So since this guy was doing so great, since this guy was doing new growth too, switching them all over. I have to switch this one over. This is what common name is baby toes, and you know, it did have new growth when I bought it, but it didn't. Oh, there's new growth right there. Cool, right on there. I'm gonna take this guy out of this, and I'm gonna put it in the semi-hydro. Same pot, just different media. All right, so I think that's all of them. Yeah. I'll do an update to see, Cookie! No! Leave the squirrel alone! Jesus. So, yeah. Some good growth on this. Definitely growth on that. Growth on that. See what happens with those. Of course, amazing growth on this one. And hopefully I'll do an update on these three, see how they're doing. Hopefully they'll do great as well. This one does have new growth on it. So, fingers crossed.